I welcome all the delegates to the National Conference of AIDWA here in Hyderabad, in the state of Telangana. And you know and we know that this is the state that has witnessed some of the most courageous and transformative struggles of women in our country. We have Mallu Swarajyam Garu's photo here and Ailamma's photo on this side, and we know how much they fought against feudal forces, against caste oppression, for land, for liberty, for freedom, and for women's rights. We remember each one of them. I will not give the names of each one of them. They run into hundreds and thousands. But we pay our homage to them, even as we pay homage to each one of those whom you have seen, heard through history in your own places. Let's remember all our heroes in our villages. In your mind, right now, I would like you to think of the relatives that you have who have fought for you to be sitting here on this chair. I would like you to think about those leaders in the villages, in the blocks, who have fought for women's rights valiantly against all forms of violence, physical, emotional, mental. I think we have to remember each one of them. No struggle is big or small. Every struggle gives us strength to sit here with us and remember each one of them. So let us, those who are here in hundreds and thousands, remember all the women who participated in bringing liberty, freedom to women, and to those who were in AIDWA, who courageously fought for us and our freedom. I'm not going to read the speech, you already have it, so I wouldn't waste my time on it. But I think I should also remember the huge anti-Arab struggle that was fought during NTR's regime, where we had Rosamma who had Mallu Swarajyam, Sri Rajam Sinha, Rajalakshmi Garu, and so many, to see that there was a law that prohibited liquor. We should remember them. In fact, I also remember my sisters in Anganwadi centers, the ASHA workers who fought in the entire country not so long ago for increase in their wages. They still have a huge battle to fight. It's not enough that their wages are increased. They need security. They can't be on contract all their lives. I'm sure you agree that they have to be made permanent, they have to be given dignity. It's just not enough that they are part of the informal workforce. But again, we celebrate and give a huge clap to the ASHA workers and the Anganwadi workers who have fought. We have also have to fight for those who worked in the electricity department, those who worked in the BD workers' rights, those who worked in the mills, those who worked in the factories, and there is so much more to be done. And here we stand here to say that we should all stand in solidarity with those who are struggling for the rights, give them the courage to do more, and at the same time say no to many forms of violence that is going on in the country. I would like to sort of flag at least 4 issues. One issue that I would like to flag is about women's participation in elections. We are all so proud that women are participating in very large numbers, exercising their voting rights. Nowhere in the world that we have had right to adult franchise, which included men and women, and has given us a right to vote from the time of 1950s. There are statistics that show that there are more number of women voting in many areas than men. But let me tell you, let us not fall for the bribes. Let us not fall for the 3,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, the kind of money that is spent to buy our conscience. buy our votes. Let us not be slaves to the kind of promises that they make. Let us question. Even as we vote, I'm not saying don't take the money. I'm saying take your 5,000 rupees, take the 4,000 rupees, but vote by your conscience. Vote for democracy. Vote for equality. Vote for justice. Do not please vote for corrupt people who are standing in the elections today. And women have a voice now. And our voice is through the ballot. And exercise that voice through the ballot for people who genuinely represent us. Here I must mention that let us not actually vote for those who in fact are for divisive forces. I don't have to tell AIDWA that. I don't have to tell AIDWA that don't vote for those who stand for hatred. I don't have to tell AIDWA that don't vote for those who stand for division of India. Please look at people, the candidates who are for secularism, who are for democracy, and question those who are for division. Question those who are for communal politics. The worst sufferers of communal politics are women. Communalism and anti-women go together. Right-wing politics and anti-women go together. Let us be aware that if we have to cherish our freedom, if we have to cherish all the gains that we have made, we have to fight right-wing. And that is the only way women can go forward. The second thing that I would like to talk to you is about the rural workforce and the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Guarantee Act that was passed, and that was actually replaced by the GRAM, it's called the GRAM Act. It has taken away the women's right to work. We know that due to the MNREGA, women gained most. 70% of those who worked through NREGA programs were women. And now that guarantee, that right to work has gone. Not just the right to work, they have stopped promising that there will be childcare at the work site. They have stopped social security. They have stopped social audits. I think there has to be a national movement of women demanding the right to work, demanding that there has to be an enhanced NREGA program, and demanding annulment of this act that has been passed. Otherwise, we will have the Dalit, the Adivasi, the BC, the women who in the rural workforce, the rural proletariat suffering even more. We will have to have a discussion about MNREGA with all the 1 crore women members that we have. Critique it, question it, and see that it is restored. The next issue I would like to take up is the issue which affects all of us. In fact, it affects me as well. That is about health. Health is politics. And we will have to see that we raise the issue of women and health. It has to come to the center stage of our politics. There is no public health system in India at all. It's completely being privatized. Every research tells us that 60% of our income is spent on health. And even when we talk about health, the women's health is the last of the family. How many of you have complained that you have knee ache in the family? How many of you have complained that you have a stomach ache? How many of you have complained that you have a headache? How many of you are able to say that you're not well? That you have ill health? Somewhere women have stopped talking about health. I would say myself, I have been brought up not to make fuss about health. In fact, when we are pregnant, when you are carrying, they say, why are you making such a big fuss? Even I had some 10 babies, you can have another 12. No, you know, one must be able to talk about health in public. And one must demand for our right to health care. And one must demand that there has to be free health for all women. We suffer from anemia, we suffer from malnutrition, we suffer from ill health, and none of this we are able to combat because it costs so much. The third thing, the fourth and the last thing I would like to talk about is education. There is still so much illiteracy in the country where women have not gone to school. There are, I know, just around here, some 5 minutes in the slums here, there are 30-year-olds who have never been to school, who are illiterates. 75 years of independence and we still have population, especially women, who have not gone to school. They are illiterates, and this just cannot be accepted. We have to combine AIDWA work with girls' education. We cannot wait for the girls to become adults and disempowered and then fight for their rights. We will have to include girls' rights along with the rights of women and ensure that girls have full freedom, that they have a promise of education from the time that they are born till they finish post-graduation. It's not something that is not possible, it is doable. Every girl must have a right to education from KG to PG. It has to be a free education, it has to be a compulsory education, and unless that happens, I don't see how we can stand on our feet and bargain for more.
Sure.
So I would request that AIDWA includes girls' education. Girls' education would also mean going away from marriage. Although our child marriage rate is coming down, let me tell you, child marriage continues, especially among the poor and the marginalized communities. We cannot allow children to be married before they are 18 years of age. You know what happens to early pregnancies. You know the kind of miscarriages that these young girls have. You know the kind of health hazards that the young girls face. You know, once they are married, how there is a loss of freedom. Once they are married, a 14-year-old girl, a 15-year-old girl is subject to all forms of violence. And we have come across cases where these girls have gone through depression, insanity, and are not accepted in their neither the natal home or marital home. So I would implore that we include girls' education along with all the demands that we make. So with these four, a good, conscious voting right that will kind of combat communalism, that will combat non-secular forces, that will combat right-wing politics, and that will make us powerful and empowered. Right to work, which has been taken away, snatched away from us, we have to restore it. Right to health, which is such an important agenda, which is actually leading to impoverishment of all, and girls' education. I would think, I know there are many, many, many more issues, but I thought I should focus on these four issues for today's conference. And I wish you all the best. Power to women and solidarity to you. Thank you.